Started. So let's get into. We don't know much about this one. I need to just change the scores before we jump in. Sorry. We don't know much about this one, whether it's a game 2 or game 3 at the moment. However, we know it's going to be pretty fearsome. Are we going to do any kind of speed through this? We're just going to watch it from scratch because obviously, if there's semi-finalists. Oh, we can watch this one through. I think it's all right.
This dictates who faces. This is the lower half. So this dictates who faces Dev M. You see.
Yeah.
So we'll watch this one straight through. Then we'll see where what the lie of the land is.
Okay. Okay. Let's do that.
I'm confident we'll be fine. He says, hoping.
You guys heard it. He's confident we'll be okay. Your viewing experience is firmly in his hands.
Oh, God. Well, straight away, Luvnest, great OKW plays. Been playing them a hell of a lot more than Wehrmacht recently. First of all, he likes to get a lot of reinforced barbed wire barricades up on choke points such as this.
Yep.
Choking your avenue of play, does Luvnest. Does that a lot in 1v1 games.
Yeah, it's a sign of a great player, manipulating the map to a way that gives him an advantage in the early game. You can see he's gone straight up to the side that he's pretty much going to get cornered into his OKW. That is, you know, it's one of those things with a good, again, Price playing the Brits here. I think we're pretty sure we know what's coming in this game. So Price is, Luvnest is going to be getting the choke points. He's maybe going to wire off some green cover, making it really difficult for the Brits to get that green cover bonus, the advanced rate of fire.
It really is, and it's a great avenue. But look at this as well. He's not only just solidifying this sector, he's locking it down for the early game. He's going to have munitions up the Wazi, which means Panzer Shreks, shoe mines as well, because if he's locked down the high munitions, he's going to be able to do that. Also, he's making sure that his fuel, which is behind it, is only got 2 avenues of attack, and they're very predictable. So what's this here? This is a sandbag wall behind this wreck of a vehicle, which is heavy cover, which means he'll be able to attack the church with ease. All the while, let's have a look what Sprice has been up to.
I really like that, by the way, with the sandbag. You can see what he's done. He's ghosted it slightly so that it doesn't provide cover from the other side, but he can still fire on the green cover. So it's a nice way. Whilst this Stern Pioneers, he's just doing this all over the map just to try and deny that advanced rate of fire. Really, really good thing to do against the British to kind of stall them a little bit. Don't give them that early game advantage. We're just about to see the OKW first headquarters building come on. And again, I'm interested to see where this goes. I think it's going to be the mechanized just because that is very, very typical of Luvnest in his playstyle, and he does go on about how good the Lukes is, and especially against the Brits as well, especially on a map like this when bouncing from mid to north as OKW fighting from that side, you know, is very, very important. So I think we're going to see that. I also think we're going to see a Stuka.
Right, yeah, me too. I mean, Stukas are great against Brits, but it heavily depends on what we see from S-Price as well. I mean, Stukas are great against more static play, but S-Price, we know what he's going to be using, and that is Royal Engineers. So I guess what you're saying is, but he's going to have to wait for the retreat. He's going to have to wait for them to be blobbed in a predictable fashion. And do you remember the game we cast against Barton in S-Price? When it was rear echelons, and he had to keep predicting the avenue of their retreat to kill them with the Stuka.
I remember this.
We're going to see a lot of that if we do indeed see the Zufus in this game.
Luvnest is one of the players I've seen that is really, really on point with Stuka shots. So I really have to say that it's the most exciting to watch when he's doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. It's obviously with Stuka shots, you've got directionality, you've got timing, you've got prediction. You've got one element of precise fire, the third reticle along, for those that are new to the game. That is the one that lands first and is actually very accurate. Similar to railway artillery, the reticle hits the first salvo from Carl Gustav. So
yeah, you definitely need a little bit of knowledge or observation about where those shells land on the barrages in order to make sure that your shots get the maximum potential out of them. But of course, on things like buildings, it doesn't really matter because they're going to go down in 1 or 2 shells, really, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Oh, ISG is going to be the first one. So he hasn't actually gone mechanized regiment. He's gone battle group. He's gone for the infantry healing, gone for the ISGs, and I'm guessing maybe that's just to try and clear Brits off of green cover positions.
I think so. That's its main utility right now. Also, you've got to consider that the mortar is now out for CaptainSPrice in a very well protected position. Usually you see OKW players place their mortar here, very susceptible to fire from this channel and also from the church, mainly Panzerschrecks. So he's now behind here, which means he'll have to protect this garrison. But that mortar is going to be big for the British player CaptainSPrice.
Yeah, it's very defensive. What it's going to do is cover the VP's middle and north. I think it has range on the north. It certainly should do. And then, again, you know, the north is really Luvnest's side. If it forces him to go south to claim a VP, it's wasted units for Luvnest on the south. It could be a really good strategy, actually, of diversing where Luvnest, you know, plays on this map. So, whilst he does have a good take on the south, sorry, and whilst he's fighting there now, avidly trying to protect it, I think really he should focus a little more attacking from the north side, because that is going to become a difficult area for him. Definitely doesn't want to let Price break up through the center of the map now, as he is doing, because then Price can get that spearhead with the Brits.
Great Tommy fire there, concerted effort from the rifles to push away those folks grenadiers. And I thought it was a bad decision for CaptainSPrice. He ran up against green cover. You don't usually want to do that, but he won out. He only had to retreat one squad for a two-squad retreat of his opponent. He does have the central victory point, and this cutoff is a genuine cutoff. So he is now getting some of his own back on his opponent, who has restricted his resource income for a large portion of the game. Interesting dynamics are opening up. Of course, with the platoon command post up, or the British equivalent. Was I right? Yes, I was right. There you go. There's 5 months of hardcore casting for you, Dan. I now know the names of pretty much everything. Took me a while.
There we go. We just had confirmation from Fahu in chat. It is 1-0 in the hands of Luvnest at the moment.
So this is the second game.
This is the second game. First game must have been huge. We've already finished one of the series already, and they're just going into their game 2, which is pretty tense.
Well, yeah. I guess they hadn't started for long. Oh, nice. He is using destroy the barbed wire. I'm saying nice because I just get excited for little quirks of Brits, because you don't often get to see them in high-level 1v1 with the regularity of some of the other factions. That's cool, that's hype. We're definitely watching the lower half of the bracket today, then, it seems, because they're the guys we're up with. So, to confirm for viewers, CaptainSPrice and Luvnest are fighting to see who gets to face the Portuguese maestro DevM in the semi-finals.
Both of these players are perfectly capable of dealing with DevM. I mean, again, Price DevM would actually be quite funny, I think.
It'd be awesome.
I'm not going to say that I'm rooting for Price. I know that...
No, not with what he did to us in week 2. Never forgive. Never forget.
Yeah, but it's... that would be an interesting game, I have to say. But, of course, you know, I have to be a little bit biased towards Luvnest now.
Well, not when we're casting, for sure, but in the interim, definitely. Yeah, here comes the Kubel Vulcan to do a nice Kubel push. Used to be a Keter push, now it's a Kubel push. So those rifles are now out of cover, well, directional cover. They still have the increased rate of fire, but they are receiving none of the bonuses of defensive bonuses.
Yeah, really nice use of the Kubel there. Stern Pioneers coming in, trying to get some open up damage on it. Looks like the Kubel may go down if Luvnest doesn't micro this correctly. He's trying to retreat it. Maybe the Tommies will follow. And in the meantime, he's able to get some good shots off of those Stern Pioneers, some good damage. Volkswagen haven't even made an attempt to retreat yet. They've really stuck it out in that fight. And again, great unit preservation and awareness from Luvnest, who is able to just stay in those engagements. Huge mortar shot then!
Big shot from the mortar, forcing away the Foch Grenadiers. 1 man remaining. However, they are now out of range of the Royal Engineers. Sten guns, I will say.
Very unfortunate there.
Mortar, what a great placement. I think that is the tactical place to put your mortar on this map. Don't know why I see it so many times behind the church.
Yeah, I think a lot of people go for that aggressive level. You know, they're going to try and get the house in the center of the map, pin the point behind it, leading to the base, kind of, you know, that exit point. It's so much better where Price has got it right now, because it leaves him so many options. When he's attacking the mid and the north later on into the game, he's going to have that support there in place already, and it's not under any threat whatsoever. You are right there, and I think we're seeing Price is going in for the engineers now. We know engineers, when they get to Vet 3, they then have a 16 manpower reinforcement cost, which makes them incredibly effective at Well, you know,
It's,
you can throw them
it
around
makes your economy incredibly effective.
It
Your whole
does.
manpower economy swings in favor. Already you've made a 70 manpower saving,
Enemy
and
threatening a
by
capture
shaving
point.
off the manpower cost of your mainline infantry by using the Welsh sappers. The ISG destroys that heavy cover there. Second shot surely about to do some damage. The ISG, by the way, is on 1 kill only. Mostly a deterrent so far. Self-sustained fire between the two squads. Both Grenadiers shoot themselves in the foot, seemingly.
We're losing a capture
battling
point.
to the death with these folks. Sprice
Your
having to
forces
push
have
out to get his
constructed a
victory
company
points
command
back.
post.
Yeah, they did well to survive that long, I guess.
Yeah, they have. Look at this, even more engineers coming out. Some with Piets, some with the Bren upgrades. It's going to start going strange position for Luvnest. What's he going for, by the way? Is that another structure up? Yes, it is.
Damned enemies
Tier
trying
4
to
is
take a
up.
point from us.
I'm
Conservative
guessing...
place as well. It's not watching over much.
Let's have a look what he goes for. He's just hit 400 manpower. We might see some orbital dart come in, and then maybe a decision to go special operations. Maybe not. Special operations is a really good one, of course. But, you know, command punter really helps you late game against the Brits, get past that high armor with the mark target, and you get the SDGs on the orbital dart. There you go. Orbs are coming in now. Wonder what the upgrade's going to be on that first off.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to see the infrared STGs, as Dan rightly mentioned. The MG34, of course, is a great option in itself, a little bit of a cost differential. It's still a great dynamic to see that choice. Here we go, Royal Engineers pushing for the cutoff.
A capture point is being
The
overrun.
Stern Pioneers have a reversal of fortune. It's usually them killing units on retreat. This time it's them under the cosh.
I've played against this strat from Barton before. It's really difficult to deal with. It is very, very difficult to deal with this strategy. Luvnest is going to be one of the people that can really put it to price here. And also he has that little bit behind him as well. He's got the fury of playing against someone that he really, really wants to beat publicly. And that sounds bad.
Also
really,
the fear of not wanting to lose to somebody that he is known to detest.
Exactly. So he's going to be putting extra thought into this game, extra prowess, and you know, I really hope it comes through from him in a way, because it is it is one of those strategies that's frustrating to play against. It's going to be very, very easy for Price to move these engineers around the field. They're, they're multi-purpose as well. You know, they're going to be able to sweep mines. They're going to be able to deal with infantry. They're going to be able to deal with tanks. They are mobile destroyers in one unit, and he's going to be able to get so many of them and maintain them at cheap cost. So, you know, Luvnest has to be really careful. If he can beat this, I think he's...
Such a strange strategy, and it is a strategy, and that's what's great about Counter 2, is you do find these strats that different players play, and it makes the cast so much more variable for the viewers, the casters, and the players involved. Okay, so more map control, swinging into CaptainSPrice's open arms. Luvnest had such great control himself at the start of the game, but now he's up against it for sure. Let's have a check on his tier 4 structure, see what he's thinking of. Hasn't quite got the required fuel yet to start thinking of any medium armor.
Yeah, he needs to hold out here. Start building that veterancy up. Again, you know, Price is going to start having to focus on teching soon. He's in that position where he can start doing that. I think he had double fuel for a while as well, so it definitely going to reach that a lot quicker than Luvnest. No Rakettans on the field at all, by the way, right now. We're coming up to Cromwell territory, and that is going to be devastating if that gets on the field before he has one out.
Google goes down. It's a sustained Royal Engineer fire, it seems.
It's like a nice opportunity for Scavenge. I wonder if he's going to go for a Scavenge there.
Orbital Darton looks like they hit a mine, perhaps, or probably mortar-fire. Let's check up on that thing. Yeah, it has climbed up there. It took a while. 8 kills now and counting.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Folks Grenadiers have this on lockdown in the south. Luvnest is in the resurgence, and he's got to be. Fuel count is in favour of CaptainSPrice. The Cromwell famously only costs 110 fuel. much to the annoyance of Luvnest. I saw Helping Hands beat him on stream as Brits. It was only, I think, could have been last night actually.
They're trying to take
And he was bemoaning the 110 fuel cost of the Cromwell and its mobility for that price and its killing power.
Well, it's the best medium tank in the game, easily. Its ability to crush as well is probably one of the best things about it, because its turn rate, when you do decide to change a direction, is incredibly fast. Really is. Now, I don't see Price. Has he actually teched up to that yet? I mean, normally we'd see Price, we see popular this strategy with the AVRE. The AVRE is normally what comes in, it's off map. He may normally have picked that commander by now, so I'm not sure if he's really hell-bent on using that, or whether he's going to play a little more conventionally with his vehicles.
No, he has got it. Yeah, he's got the option. He's got the option right now, in fact, so if he wants it, he could go for it. So we're going to wait to see if that is his intention. Like the flak half track is lingering in base, waiting for repairs. Orbital Dot taking a pounding. So yeah, Price's build is playing well now. He's not being too abusive in the way he's playing it. He's not blobbing, basically. He is playing a little bit, well with his infantry. He's coming at different angles, he's doing different things, he's microing to a high standard. And I think he needs to do that against Luvnest. He needs that map control and the victory point control, otherwise it just isn't going to work. And then, you know what happens when he gains critical mass, don't you?
Well, yeah, it's
then that all goes out the window.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't really know what Luvnest's plan is here. I mean, he's got the infantry. He's going to have to try and hold up a lot of infantry. He's not going to be able to really fight infantry and hope for the manpower advantage. He probably has to focus on VPs. It's going to be a long game of this. The main objective for him, I think, really should be VP focused, because at the very least, and again, if he hasn't got something up his sleeve that can effectively deal with this off the bat, he needs to be going for those VPs. This build with the flak half track isn't working at holding these off. In fact, they're maybe even putting himself at risk of losing this unit.
He is. It only has the 6 kills, and Piet's are doing a great job there. Personal infantry anti-tank, basically the spring-loaded projectile of the British early war. They pretty much found them to be absolutely inadequate as the war went on. Mainly because they had a range of about a foot.
We've just had a great update in chat, by the way.
Okay.
Jove is no longer in the tournament.
Holy crap! What the hell?
So, actually, Helping Hands is the second confirmed semi-finalist that I know of, and I'll just double-check that on the brackets as well, but I've seen there's been a little bit of chit-chat about that, and if that's the case, congratulations, Helping Hands. He's been dying to get that moment for this whole tournament.
That is his revenge, but he has been on form recently. I mean, I saw him playing against Luvnest last night. It was a dual stream. He was playing excellently. He wasn't bemoaning the game too much. He was just focused, and it was a pleasure to watch and a pleasure to see. So great stuff from him.
Hands is actually there to confirm 2-0 as well, so great games. And again, a lot of these games, we hope that they're going to get replay casted as well by the rest of the team after ESL, so we should get to watch that, which would be quite good. Anyway, back onto Price and Luvnest. No commander picks, 9 CPs into the game. What do we think about that?
Well, it's great in that we get to see a reactive commander pick, and we'll see some variation thrown into the game as the game progresses, but it's very clear that they have their strategies. Well, I know one player doesn't, certainly, is CaptainSPrice. Luvnest still has his strategy to be chosen, I guess.
I think he's going to be waiting, because he knows CaptainSPrice's strategy here. He knows it revolves around the AVRE, but he hasn't seen anything of the AVRE yet. Was that a squad wipe? I think it was, yeah. Yes. That's one of the Volks Grenadiers down. Huge shot with that. Yeah, but I guess because he maybe hasn't seen anything that comes out of that doctrine so far, maybe he is reconsidering whether this is a bluff, whether something else is coming. CaptainSPrice, he loves to play mind games with Luvnest. They both like playing mind games with each other. That's why they make so much interesting games.
The mind game right now is I'm going to build 1,000 Welshmen and throw them at you continuously.
Well, this is the thing for Price. What Price loves to do is frustrate players. That is his great mindset for this. He likes to frustrate players and wind them up, and this is something that is going to be winding Luvnest up so much.
Are you calling him a troll? That is Insincere, Daniel. How rude.
I'm not, but the thing is that it's nice in a way. Do you know what I mean? It is nice that he's trying to get under Luvnest's skin constantly. He knows, and even though going into these engagements, the infantry engagements, all he's doing is feeding Price this veterancy. It's exactly what Price wants. It's got to be frustrating to play against. And Luvnest, again, you know, with all of the rivalry between these two, he's going to want to try and come up with a solution to this. Now, he hasn't gone for the mechanized. He's Battle Grouper and Panzerschwerer. Panzer Force now hit the field. No commander pick, but he's a long way off any kind of late game tank. So I'm really keen to see where this goes from here. Can't really benefit.
You've got to consider the Obersoldaten is a big anti-infantry counter. You've got the Panzer IV that'll tide him over, and he does now have 1 Raketenwerfer, 2 Panzerschrecks, having lost one of his 3 Volksgrenadiers. So he has tools at his disposal. He's up against 1 Cromwell. That'll surely become more to come. It's a difficult one. To be honest, I think this is all about the players and all about the situation as it unfolds. It's all about mines as well. Mines change games, mines win games. So we're going to have to see some of that coming in when these medium tanks start to assault. Right now, so the territories are largely in CaptainSPrice's favour. The victory points have started to swing with him as well against his opponent. So 370 for Luvnest, 250 for himself.
Time for that Cromwell to start doing some work. Cromwell and Panzer IV haven't actually met each other in an engagement yet, but it's nice to see there's 2 evenly matched vehicles on the field right now, still in an even position. I'm not really sure that even these engineers are going to be able to deal with the 2 Obersoldaten. It could be complemented very nicely with an Ostwind.
God, if these Obersoldaten stay alive... Oh, big Piet attack there! 2 Piets on each of those sappers absolutely obliterate that half-track, and it had that coming. It's been very lucky to have survived that long, to be honest.
Oh my gosh, look at this damage. Panzer IV has no chance against the Piets, using the attack round as well. This could be a last shot.
Oh, they just miss. Luvnest is still in this by the skin of his whiskers.
I think he might need access to an MG. He may even consider going Luftwaffe on MG34.
That's such a good call, and I completely agree. I mean, that's one of the things you could do against Piet wielding.
I mean, it really stands either with the Ostwind or the MG34, but at least, you know, with the MG34, he doesn't take that much risk from the Piet.
Perhaps he could get some decoy sheep.
Oh gosh, please tell me there was nothing in that building. Yep, he lost the squad then. But he has got MG34 on the on the Volksgrenadiers.
Oh no, one of the Obersoldaten
that
just
was
died.
An Obersoldaten
Holy
squad.
crap, that is unfortunate.
But it may work better on the Volksgrenadiers.
That's like saying you've just, you know, your one of your children has died, but at least it wasn't your favourite child. But yeah, my proposed strategy for Luvnest was decoy sheep. It is obviously against a lot of Royal Engineers. They do come from a certain country, and it would be very useful for him.
A bit like worms.
Yes. It distract the sappers, you see. Did you get my joke at all? Please tell me you get the joke.
I did, yes.
Thank you.
And as for part Welshman.
Oh god, I see. That's why I got close to the line. I've got you right. Okay. Volksgrenadiers do not require cover, seemingly. They just battle through it.
I mean, it's a difficult engagement for them because, especially against the Brens, and the Brits gain an advanced rate of fire from being in the medium cover there. Still no doctrine picks. We're now 15 CP into the game. No doctrine pick. There we go. Price finally going for the AVRE there. He's about on call for it as well. So AVRE protected by Vet2 Cromwell could rip through Luvnest's forces here. And Luvnest only has that 1 Raketen to deal with this. A little bit accompanied.
I'm pretty sure the Cromwell would do the ripping. The AVRE would do the absolute obliteration of his forces. I mean, they're unreal vehicles. Big Sprigget mortar rounds can absolutely devastate your forces, especially when you're OKW.
It has. Nice though, by the way, CaptainSPrice has been reduced down to 256 VPs. I don't know how the first game went for VPs. I kind of get the feeling that because this game has been a later game, we got through 1 series before, it may be that both players went down to low VPs in game 1. So 256, I'm going to call it that it's actually not going to be enough to deny faction selection maybe for Price. I think Luvnest is really going to have to work on VPs here. He's going to have to hold it out. Maybe even if he wants to throw in the surrender, he's going to have to make sure that he gets that faction selection, because otherwise he could be playing up against the Brits again, and that would be disastrous.
Yes, seemingly so. I mean, Luvnest been out, Jove been out. This could be anyone's tournament. This is awesome. This is what we're all here to see.
Yeah, we're still waiting for some more results for that, and I am refreshing the brackets as we speak.
You know, the admins will be on that. I mean, never fully believe Twitch chat, by the way.
Oh, so we have got another confirmed semi-finalist, Cruzy. Yeah, Cruzy beat Marlboro Man. So semi-finals are going to be Cruzy versus Helping Hands. Then we've got Devem. The winner of this game is going to go and play Devem in the semi-finals. So that is the current layout of the tournament so far.
Oh, big round takes out that ISG there. Spriggan Morton in force. It's truly a fantastic skirmish so far. But S-Price may be really cementing his legacy. Because I've got to call it out. I mean, look at the spread of his infantry. He is not blobbing here. He is just utilizing low-cost infantry and microing them well. This is an Ostrupen-esque strategy.
Yeah, he's nearly got 4 squads that are going to benefit from that 16 manpower. What is Luvnest doing here? He might take a shot from the AVRE.
4, 3, 2,
glad he got out of the way of that one.
Your AVRE is online. What's going to be its target? There you go, it's foraying into the battle. It sees Olbersoldaten. Thinks better of it, and that's the way to play with an AVRE. You want every shot to count.
It's just so difficult. It means all those support weapons he could be relying on, things like the Raketans.
Imagine if... So this is why you're not a tournament player, because you would have built an MG34, wouldn't you?
I would have, yeah.
Me too! That's why...
Well, he's actually gone for Luftwaffe, so we may be seeing it like...
Oh, obliteration!
Yeah.
12 kills, 2 rounds. The Churchill, AVRE.
Just
Armored
look at
Vehicle
those
Royal
players,
Engineers.
though, really. I mean, the Panzer IV just stands no chance against this. The only way that he's really going to be able to do this, if he has something to deal with the Cromwell and rushes in with that Panzer IV, he's going to have to maybe get some kind of crushing kill on the engineers in order to deal with this.
Have you ever tried the Pyatt, the spammed Pyats, by the way? I have. I was doing it when Brits first came out in 4v4 of all things. I know that's a laugh. But I was doing it just to experiment with what you could do with Brits, basically, and I tried it, and they just eviscerated King Tigers in seconds.
Yeah, I landed a 2v2 with Barton as a teammate once. We
He showed you the way.
He showed me the way, and yeah, these are the kind of things I don't play, just out of respect for my opponent. But,
out for the Geneva Convention, yeah. On the victory point count, Luvnest has captured the north. He's got Olbersoldaten watching over that. It's all about this central killing match right now.
It is, yeah, and if you watch Luvnest very carefully, I think he's doing exactly what we're expecting. He's camping those VPs, and I don't think he's really fussed about anything else recently. He's just going to try and drain what he can off of Price right now. This is close to a hopeless battle to fight. It really, really is. Once it gets to this stage, Price has to make some serious mistakes.
Oh, look at that mortar as well. We haven't called it out, but it's been raining fire from above for a long time. Veterancy 3 now.
Look at the range of those things. And I've got to say, the great micro from Price, because I think he's using the ground attack for those. He's not just simply clicking. Yeah, cause you do need to use these units with attack ground.
Could have gone down there, but he didn't linger long enough against the MG34 of Luvnest. Luvnest rightfully trying to preserve that unit, trying to get some veterancy on it. But a hopeless battle. It does seem to be that way, doesn't it? Did you say who is it 1-0 to, by the way? So
Luvnest has already got game 1. I have updated the scores on screen as well for that after we had the confirmation. Fahu's in the chat modding, by the way. So
oh, I love Fahu's back.
Yes, exactly. So
don't scare him away this time, viewers.
Great mods on our side at the moment. He'll be keep feeding me that information.
I always said Klug was like a Fahu light.
I wouldn't have called him a Fahu light.
Oh, yeah, true. He's a heavy Fahu light.
We have to lay off him today because he's not here to defend himself. But
indeed, Pylon Klug hashtag. So we can see right now that CaptainSPrice forces are absolutely overwhelmingly powerful. 97 pop cap, 98, 97. It's really impressive from him. Luvnest, however, isn't quite meeting him. Let's have a. We'll watch this infantry display just to see what happens. And then perhaps, yeah, we're going to have to keep our eyes on this because here comes the MG34. This thing can do a lot of damage.
I think now that the LMG is on the Volksgrenadier squads, it's actually a little bit more effective because you know, they're a little bit more durable with a 5-man squad. The only danger they got is this Hulk that keeps moving up the battlefield. Oh, this could be a retreat path fire. No, I think he took the better of that. Raketten as well, a little bit of an awkward spot. I think he's got to wait for it to fire first, really, before releasing it. There we go.
And needs to retreat it now, and he is doing. The Aviary's whirring into action. Big Sprigget mortar round, ready to go.
Oh man, this is so difficult. They're going to abandon. Just nudges
He's
it
going to
gently
linger
after
as well.
the
What did he take out there? He took out something regardless.
I think that was an entire squad of Volks then.
Most likely.
Vet 4 as well, from what I can recall. Now we've got Jagdpanzer 4 coming on the front.
The Shrek killed the abandoned tank! The Cromwell bounced off the frontal armour and the Shrek killed it. I suppose that may have been deliberate, so I did laugh because I thought it was indeliberate. Well, he probably was going for the Cromwell, so it probably was an accident, which is quite funny. Here comes the
this
Jagdpanzer.
Jagdpanzer 4 should have been his first unit out from tier 4.
I was thinking that, you know.
Yeah, he had the double orbital dart, and he was holding off the infantry well enough. It's really just this AVRE. That is the clinching point of Price's strategy. You know, the infantry, it's difficult, but it's not unbeatable. It really is the AVRE that ties it all together. The annihilation of the support weapons, the insta-wipe of any squads that get caught by its shell. It's so difficult, and you know, Jagdpanzer 4 could have been on a couple of bits of veterancy right now as well, which would have made it, you know, high penetration, high rate of fire. Would have been able to deal with this.
It may well have been. A veteran Jagdpanzer is a massive thing indeed. Here we go. We got army value graph showing that Luvnest has taken a dive. Schwerpan's headquarters sustaining heavy mortar fire from the Aviary. And now he has to try and land blows. They do indeed. They have got suppressed on the remaining. Will they be able to fire their shots?
Very, very low health, by the way. Should sit with Cromwell. Sorry.
It's going to be okay, seemingly. Oh, Jagdpanzer to the rescue! Big shot in on the Aviary. Will it be able to hunt down its opponents? It is a predator.
First shot to deflection. Look at Price. He's trying to get the repairs up on that Cromwell in the meantime.
Look how
Volks
fast
Grenadiers coming in. Jagdpanzer 4's moving in as well. He's trying to get that final kill. Veterancy 1's on here. Look at the repair speed of that Cromwell. It's already back in action. Absolutely insane fast repair. I don't think Luvnest was expecting that. He's gonna have to back out of that.
More than splendid. Fortunately, the Jagdpanzer's frontal armor is now facing, so he will be okay for the meantime.
Again, look at that. He's about to miss his chance to get it. The repair speed is way too much. Then now.
Aviary ready?
Oh god.
Oh, that Jagdpanzer's done for if the Aviary hits it. He's going to go flank north. He's probably going to go for the Volks Grenadiers. Frontal armor bounces. The Shrek finds it. There you go. Big shot in. Aviary also goes in. Losses for both forces, but I'd say the Jagdpanzer was much bigger loss.
And do you know what? He can't quit because he's still fighting for those VPs. He has to take as many as possible if he's going to stay in this. Tried to chase for the Cromwell then.
I read it wrong. That was just a double loss for Luvnest. He lost the Raketten.
Yeah, he did.
The Jagdpanzer.
Just watch this repair speed, by the way. Just watch this repair speed.
Listen to the fizzle. Just it's like a Roman candle on New Year's Eve, you know.
Catherine wheel.
Catherine wheel. Yeah, that's the one.
Well, I don't think this is a winnable game at this point. Just down to VPs. We need to see what he does from here. I don't know if there's anything he's going to be able to tech. The fuel rate is low at the moment. He does have fuel on his side, but yeah, I mean, especially with Luftwaffe, it's a difficult one. He really has to bank on that late game tank. Now that the Jagdpanzer 4's gone, I think Jagdpanzer 4 was the correct option. It's a shame that he isn't in a position where he can have either Panzer 4 Jagdpanzer 4 or Panther Jagdpanzer 4. That would have been really helpful.
It genuinely would have been. Here we go, we got another tank coming from the Platoon command post. I can never tell by the silhouette it is indeed another Cromwell. I'm always worried that he's instead it's gone for a hammer and we're seeing a comet.
No, he definitely isn't there. He's gone for the advanced repairs on the Ambil tactics.
I see. Sustained Shrek 5 from the Aviary. He does manage to take out yet again Rakettenwerfer. The kills on this thing is absolutely becoming quite large. 24, one vehicle kill.
Yeah, such an effective British build. To see a player like Luvnest in this position, you know, Luvnest is a top player, and a build like this.
But one thing I will say for S-Price is, you know, how many viewers have we got right now?
We are just under 900 at the moment.
Nice. all 900 of you try this strat that Price just used as Brits. Guarantee you won't have the same success as he does. He is a good player.
It's very true, yeah, and all of these things do require a level of micro and skill to do. There we go, Luvnest, I assume there, throws in the towel for that one.
Oh, well, yeah, either that or he got struck by lightning in the middle of playing, but to be honest, I think that would have been a good thing for him at that point because he was just about to be absolutely spammed to death.
Well, yeah, I mean, unless you managed to get the VPs you needed. We don't know what the VPs were from game 1 because obviously we were casting another series at that point, but... if it goes, we'll have a look. We'll have a look at what the next game lined up is going to be.
Interesting. I'm going to get Luvnest in Steam chat right now and figure out the situation, see if they're getting ready to play the decider. If so, I mean, our decision to cast this particular quarterfinal will have been vindicated because we would have watched everybody heading into that semi. That's just a really nice position to find yourself in.
There we go on the screen at the moment. Those are the current standings for today's monthly finals. DevM was our first confirmed semi-finalist in the southern bracket. And the winner of the next game that we're going to cast between Luvnest and CaptainSPrice is currently 1-1 between them. And I'm not going to be able to update these scores as we didn't know. Let's give it a go for these guys. We don't know what the result was from the Cruzy game. Bit weird having these scores here, to be honest.
So we are doing a little bit of housekeeping now, trying to keep up to date with the tournament. I mean, I'm loving this amazing bracket screen. It does feel like we are actual ESL casters, not just pretending.
We'll just put 2-0 when it comes in like that.
Of course, don't have CaptainSPrice in my friends list because that would be a death penalty.
I see that does not work like that, so we'll leave that. We'll just take it back to zeros.
So you're fiddling with XSplit. Together we've got this covered done.
It's you put the scores in and the things go off the lines. So
awesome.
We'll leave that one off. We'll get rid of that.
What's going on, my friend?
Worse.
Oh, God. ESL, baby. Here we are. Dan is managing to break everything.
All I'm doing is putting scores in.
How did you do this?
Wait.
Hey! He's got it back.
It's still not worked, but we'll leave that. Forget about that. We'll take it back a couple of stages on his history. But yeah, that's the current standings at the moment. So interesting games coming up. We've got Helping Hands playing against Cruzy.
Oh, what a game. I mean, Cruz is a tactician, and he's the kind of player that can defend well, and he could frustrate Hans. If Hans gets a bit of bad luck going against him, you know what can happen.
I always find they both play similar factions as well. They both have like good regular play with the same kind of factions. Cruzy with the Brits, Hans with the Brits, and you know they both have good and I don't want to say similar, but they've both got very good consistent play styles in those factions. Cruzy's strategies, of course, Strugy being the tactician of the entire CoH2 community, really. He's the guy that
Definitely
goes in.
Statistician.
Yeah, he gets all the stats. He tells us exactly how everything works.
Gets Relic to fix their game at times.
Yeah, precisely. I mean, he is, he goes in. He's the guy that digs all this stuff out, and so he's
a stat commando.
Yeah, and his strategies are all based around, what his knowledge of the game. Of course, Hans, a top player. He's played the game for a long time as well, so it really is that kind of knowledge and power just clash on.
Hans has been on a journey. He's probably the first big streamer for CoH2. You had a few others like Seth and at the time, etc. But Hans has been the most consistent. He's streamed this game since like 2010, I think, like consistently.
Yeah,
he's just never stopped streaming, and you've seen him evolve as a person and a player. Like, I don't want to go too much into him as a person, because I think personally he's matured a hell of a lot. But as a player, he, most importantly, has matured a hell of a lot. He was a choke artist. I said it. That's what he was known as, and I'm not afraid to say it. That's what